Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am back. This is the great and powerful Zilla, and I was on a month and a half, 2 month hiatus, and I've just started a new career. So today we are going to discuss this ship right here. This is the ORP Blyskawica. I think I said that correctly. This was a Grand class destroyer that was designed in the 30s. It was commissioned in 1937, just a couple of years before World War II broke out in Poland. The Polish knew that in the event of war, they would probably lose these ships. They didn't want to lose them. So on the 30th of August, they withdrew to Britain, passing the Nuremberg on the way there. But war had not been declared, so they made the passage safely. And of course, on the 1st of September, Poland was invaded and rapidly defeated. This ship was then transferred to Britain. It served under the British flag and it served proudly. Fought in Norway, took part in Dunkirk. It defended the Queen Mary troop ship. It defended Cowes on the Isle of Wight from 160 German bombers. It could have been a lot worse than it was, and to that event, they actually have a memorial in Cowes for this ship. During the course of World War II, it traveled 146,000 nautical miles. It escorted 83 convoys, damaged 3 U-boats, and took part in a lot of different operations. So the Blyskawica is one of the unsung heroes of World War II, and it did a very, very good job. Okay, this is a premium destroyer. I got it. I can't remember how. I did not purchase it with real money. I got it, I think, out of coal or a crate or something like that. It is the only Polish national ship in the entire game. So, uh, it's a good little ship. It's a tier 7, I think. Uh, uh, let's see here. Yeah, it's a tier 7 ship. I only have a 5 point captain on it. I use ships like this to kind of train up captains. You know, I don't know if this falls under the British Commonwealth or not. I haven't tried to put a British commander on it. I think it's unique. I think it is in the Polish tech tree. And eventually, I would imagine the Poles will come out with more ships on this. The Polish Navy was very small. And remember, Poland was formed in 1918. So it was a brand new nation, and while the army was numerically large, the navy was very small. And it had some minesweeper submarines and whatnot. And when they knew Germany was going to invade, they sent them all to Britain to serve under the Royal Navy flag. So, what do we have in the game on this ship? Well, she's huge. You're not going to hide. But she has 720 millimeter guns, one forward, then the three in back of that have twin guns. And then she's got two triple torpedo launchers that have 8 kilometer range torpedoes and do 57 knots. The problem is that this ship's concealment is 7.5 kilometers. And of course, my captain doesn't have all the concealment skills and all that good stuff. So, your mileage may vary, but um, for me, it's 7.5 kilometers. That's an awfully narrow window to be firing torpedoes from stealth in. So, you're probably not going to sneak up on a lot of things. It can be spotted from a country mile away. The good news is that this ship is extraordinarily fast. It only has 15,500 health points, but it can do, you know, a good clip. It can do, almost 40 knots, and it turns very quickly. Um, the uh, the only ships that do faster than this are the Russians. You know, so this is a very very good ship as far as that goes. So you're going to get at tier 7. You're doing almost 40 knots. You're flying. You're doing very very well. Um, so that's basically what it is. It's pretty much a bog standard destroyer. You got your no fancies, no torpedo launch acceleration, no. It's not really a gunboat, but it's not really a torpedo boat either. It's kind of a jack of all trades. Um, like I said, you're not going to sneak up on too many people with that. I just coming back. I'm behind. I'm working on this little part midway right here. Probably won't make it very far with all this stuff right now, as it is. And hey, it's my own fault. I missed a month and a half, 2 months worth of content, and now I'm playing catch up. I'll probably catch the honor side of the event before it goes out in what, 6 days, 7 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little doodad into a game, and we're going to see what we can do with it. Again, the ORP Blyskawica. It's hard for me to say that word. I don't know why, because I speak Russian and German. But here we are on the map, and what I'm doing is what I typically do is I look for anything that's going to be a danger, and I see that Atlanta, and I'm like, holy shit. And Atlanta, for any destroyer, and Atlanta is bad, bad, bad karma. So we're going to try and avoid the Atlanta. And what I'm going to do, looking at the mini map in the lower right hand corner, is I'm going to scooch off to the right. And I'm going to get behind those islands. Now my initial goal is that first big island there you see on the right hand side, almost halfway up the screen. And if I can get behind that, then I can at least conceal something. If you look at my rings around my ship on the minimap, you will see that my concealment is pretty darn big. Okay? It's pretty darn big. So what you got to do is, try and use cover and concealment, because you're not going to hide. Your smoke screen is your standard smoke screen. But you have a 7.5 kilometer detection radius. Anything within that, and you fire your guns, they're going to see you. So, and again, most of the games that we play, and you all know this from experience, most of your time is spent getting to and from someplace. You go there, you fight, and then you go somewhere else and you fight, and that's the way it goes. So, strangely enough, on this map, Two Brothers, nobody went up the middle. Not that I could see right now. Sometimes there's a lemming train right down the middle just for giggles, but not in this case. So I'm coming up on this island, and enemy ships should start appearing here on the minimap pretty darn soon. I look how far out I am. To my left on the minimap, you will see, I believe that is a... That's hard to see. It might be a Farragut. But, no, it's a Nicholas. Okay. That Nicholas does a pretty good job. We're again spread out. Everybody's running for islands. The Nicholas is hugging the big island, trying to stay out of detection range. There's the Atlanta. And there's a Texas and a couple of cruisers over here. A Sinop. There's a Sinop as well. So that's a Russian battleship. It's make-believe. So we're going to head on over to the second island. And it's kind of like running from cover to cover. On this side, you go from this island to the next island. If you can get that far, then you go to the next island. So what I start to do is I start to see what I can do to influence the battle. And I know that Texas is close to that bigger island in front of me, and he's heading this way. Now my torps only have an 8-kilometer range. But I'm thinking maybe by the time he gets there, he'll run into the torps. You never know your luck, right? There's a random battle. You never know what's going to happen. And again, like all my videos, I don't cherry pick. This happened as it happened. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch in his general direction using the guide there. Okay? Hoping that he will stay on the same course and at the same speed and run into my torpedoes. I should know better. Of course, he's not going to stay on the same course and speed, and those torpedoes are going to miss. In the meantime, I've been well and truly detected, and those cruisers start to take shots at me. Fortunately for me, they don't take too much interest in me, and I rapidly disappear as I retreat around the side of this island. The island's blocking line of sight. They know I'm here, but they can't see me, and they're not shooting. But The enemy is coming down heavy on the left side. It looks like this is just their holding position. And the something just got sunk. What was that? In my hand? Okay. So our team is up. Don't worry, it gets better. Okay. So I'm circling around. I'm just basically stalking this Texas. Texas is a pretty smart player. He adjusts his course and speed. He doesn't sail in a straight line. He's trying to lend support down here with his guns. So he's doing what he needs to do to stay alive as a battleship. Unfortunately, he's going up against me. And while I'm not a Unicom, I know how to handle a battleship. And I know that Texas has made several turns and he's slow. He's slow to begin with, and he's made several turns, which bleeds more speed off of what he is doing. So, I'm going to close with that Texas. I mean, he's going full throttle. He's doing the best he can to egress the area. But right now, where he's at on the minimap, if you look, he is way out on the flank. He's far out of position. Even if he turned around now, sank me, and moved south, he would have almost no influence on the battle down there. He has taken himself out of position simply because battleship drivers in general, myself included, tend to get afraid when there's a destroyer around. They get very nervous. And I've noticed this guy has a habit. He has a habit when torpedoes are approaching of turning in, slowing down, and turning to his left. I don't know if that's port or starboard, but he always seems to turn left when torpedoes are approaching. Okay? So, because that other destroyer over there launched on him, and he turned left. Then when I launched on him, he turned left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these in, and then I'm going to launch inside of them. So I think this salvo misses. So I'm well and truly detected. I might as well fire, see if I can get some fires started and whatnot. And he is going to avoid those torpedoes. But right now he's just flat out running as fast as he can. He's not really maneuvering a lot. He's bent a little bit to the right, primarily because he knows those torpedoes are on his left. There they pass harmlessly by. I'm still shooting at him. Notice that his main guns are, 3 of those turrets are pointed at me, but the other 2 turrets are taking forever to get turned around. He is going to try and take me out. I'm down to half health. Destroyers, you don't have a lot of health. So I'm going to go after him again as soon as my torpedoes are up in about 12 seconds. So what I'm doing now is just little shimmy shake left and right, trying to get out and turning away, making him think that I'm running away from him. So he in turn turns left like he normally does, and I'm going to launch this spread of torpedoes, one down the aisle and the other one inside of it. So when he turns inside, because I know he's going to turn into them, they're going to hit. Okay? And then I turn around and run like a little scared rabbit, because I don't have a lot of health left, and those are big guns. Even if he's not firing high explosive, they could probably take me out with one hit. I am also currently being targeted by God knows how many ships. I am well and truly detected, so I'm going to smoke up, wait for the torps to do their thing, and they do. Boom, 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 done. Devastating strike. Okay, that Texas is gone. Any threat to our flank is gone. Our ships can now move into the cap, which is what we're about to do. The enemy ships are out of position on the other side. The only thing that can help their cap is a King George V. He's going to make a valiant effort, but ultimately it's going to fail. Spoiler alert. Okay? So, this ship, again, is very, very fast in a straight line. It does turn fairly well. It's a good-looking destroyer. The special camo that comes with it is awesome. There are several missions in the game throughout the course of the year where you can use the Blyskawica, and you know, it's a very useful ship. I like it better. Some people have equated it to the Eagle, the French destroyer. I don't think so. I think this is actually better than the Eagle. This is my opinion. Both have knife fighting torpedo range differential between detection and torpedoes. Um, Both are fairly fast. This is faster than the Eagle. Um, and yeah, I think these 120 millimeter guns are better than the Eagle's guns. But that's again my opinion. Your opinion may be something completely different. And there are far better destroyers in the game. So, I wouldn't be going out of my way to pick up this ship. However, if you can get it with coal or through a crate or something, by all means get it. You're going to enjoy it. It's a fun little ship to play, win or lose. Um, it's just its detection range is so humongous right now for me. I'm sure once I get concealment expert on my captain, things will get better. Maybe by another half a kilometer. But in this game, inches matter. So the King George V is coming up to support, but he's running into all kinds of trouble from our battleships and cruisers over here. He's not going to make it. Props to him or her, whoever was playing that ship, but they did what they should have done. The only thing left on the enemy team is a Sims and a cruiser down south. Once this King George is gone, they are out of position and they do not have the strength to push our cap. The Sims is down there trying to do his thing, but that's not going to work. So what I do is I just fire my guns because I'm detected anyway. And he's not focused on me, and I'm just trying to farm a little bit of extra damage. I end up with 42,000 damage in this game and a cap, a bunch of ribbons, you know. So and one achievement. Um, yeah, like I said, it's a standard little destroyer. It's a good little destroyer that you can get. I think you can get it for coal. And I know you can get it out of some crates when they have events going on. So again, if you can get your hands on this little doodad, by all means, go ahead and get it because this is a good little destroyer. The only downside to this ship is its detection range, and I'm trying to fix that. Eventually, I'll get it fixed on this captain. It's a good little premium destroyer, but it is unique, I think, and I don't think you can put any other captain in here but a Polish captain. And due to the fact that there are no other Polish ships in the game, you're kind of limited on that. I'm sure they're coming, but they're on that long list of things to do that Wargaming has. So we end up winning this battle fairly easily, actually, and that's it. The ORP Blyskawica. All right. 186,000 credits, not bad for Tier 7. Bunch of ribbons. Until next time, you guys be good to each other and have a great, great day. It's great to be back. Bye.